Good morning, everyone. Today's April 7th. Welcome to our number corner. Today, I am not going to make any mistakes. Yesterday, at the end, when I was reviewing your worksheets, I went over worksheets that you didn't have to do yesterday. I apologize. I'm trying to do a million things, and you do have to do those worksheets eventually. So I hope you watched it and pay attention close to see the mistakes Mr. K makes. Yay! So for today's number corner, I made a chart. So we are always looking for patterns, and in the classroom, we would make a big chart on chart paper, and we would fill it in every day, and it helps us notice the patterns. So here's my chart. What we're looking for is this thing called symmetry, and you'll hear me say it over and over and over again, and that's what I do. I may be throwing these high-level math words at you, but by the end of the month, I basically take a hammer and chisel it into your brain, and symmetry becomes part of your math lexicon. And now you know the word symmetry. So don't worry if you don't know it yet. By the end of April, you're going to know this word. All right, so we're seeing if shapes are symmetrical, and that means you can take a shape and you can fold it into congruent or fold it into equal parts. So that definition, get used to me saying it. I said it at the beginning, and I'll say it again. So what we had to test was our rhombus, and that was the fourth. Look at our rhombus. I have a rhombus here, and I can fold it this way into two equal parts. So is a rhombus symmetrical? You bet it is. It actually has more than one line of symmetry. And what type of shape is a rhombus? Here's my rhombus, right? Let's see if you can see this. You can actually fold it this way. 1/2, two congruent parts. Check that out. You can fold it into 4 congruent parts. So it actually can fold into 4 parts. What was the other shape that could fold into 4 equal parts? Remember, it was our square. So these quadrilaterals are special and a little bit different. And that is why I put an X on the rhombus, folds into 4 equal parts. The only other one that can do that was our square. And you'll notice the only shape that repeated was the quadrilateral. Square and rhombus is another name for a quadrilateral. It's a special type. We know a quadrilateral is a 4-sided shape, and there are a lot of different kinds of them. So yes, it's symmetrical. It folded into 4 equal parts. Now let's go to our letter E. See if you can see the letter E here. Now, you could try to fold this, and when you fold or draw a straight line through it to test to see if it's symmetrical, you can only fold it or draw a straight line. You can't be drawing a curved line or folding it different. So first thing I did is I tried to fold it like diagonally, and I said, that doesn't work. That's not 2 equal parts. The only way we can really fold the E into 2 equal parts is just folding it right down the middle, and then the top half is congruent with the bottom half. I cut my thumb yesterday, cutting onion. Now I'm cooking more. It was slow-mo. It's driving me crazy. I was being so careful, and I was cutting, and it was like I slowly, carefully just cut into the tip of my thumb and then took it out and watched it bleed. I couldn't be any more careful. I'm a little worried about myself. Sorry about that. So our letter E, the only way you can fold this into congruent parts is if you go right down the middle like that. So is the letter E congruent? Is this dodecagon? Dodecagon. I love that name. Our 12-sided dodecagon letter E. Is it congruent? Is it symmetrical? Yes, it folds into 2 congruent parts. You got to go right through the middle of that E. How will it fold into 4? It will not. Only 2. There's only one line you can draw through it. Boom. So yes, it is symmetrical. So this helps our pattern. Look, we had yes, 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 no. Yes, yes, our hexagon. Here it was. And then I also drew it on my whiteboard, and I'll look at the calendar marker. Now we have to test our hexagon. Now look at this. Does that look symmetrical? Do you think you could find a way to draw a straight line through this into 2 congruent parts? or fold this into two congruent parts? What if I fold it this way? No way, that's way smaller. That's not congruent. That's not 1/2. Can't do that. Let's see, I have another one. Okay. But, Mr. K, what if you just snip off a little there and there? No, you can't do that. We're not, that's making a whole new shape. You have to test this shape. You can't alter the shape at all. Otherwise, it's a different shape. So you could try to fold it this way, but this top half here is bigger than the bottom half. It's not congruent. So this shape, this hexagon is not symmetrical. Any way you try to draw a line through it, I tried this way, not symmetrical. So when I fill out my chart, I'm going to say folds into 0 equal parts. And I'm doing a great job. Is it symmetrical? No. Now I am noticing more of a pattern. The only shape that repeated was the quadrilateral, the square and the rhombus. So it went quadrilateral, triangle, pentagon, quadrilateral, dodecagon, hexagon. I'm going to predict the next shape's a quadrilateral. Let me see if I'm right. And I'll test it for symmetry tomorrow. So let's see. It seems like these quadrilaterals are more symmetrical. Drum roll, please. What shape do we have there? Everyone take a second to think. We know that shape, and I'll describe it. It has opposite parallel sides. It is a closed four-sided shape. It has 90-degree box angles. It has opposite equal sides, but all the sides are not equal. The only difference between this shape and a square is that all the sides are not equal in this shape. Only the opposite sides are equal. And what do we call this shape? A rectangle. You got it. We have a rectangle. It's a quadrilateral. My prediction was correct. Our quadrilateral repeated. So we will test for symmetry. And if our pattern is yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no, I'm going to guess it's going to be a yes. If something is not symmetrical, we use the word asymmetrical. I don't know. You can either say it's asymmetrical or you can say it's not symmetrical. Asymmetrical, you'll sound really smart and fancy. So try to say something's asymmetrical. Like, oh, look at that hexagon. It's asymmetrical. And if a first grader said that to me, I would say, wow, you're a genius child. But that's just the word we use for when something is not symmetrical. All right. My prediction was correct. We'll test for symmetry. Let's spin for our popsicle sticks. What do you know? Another 3. Can I make a 10 yet? Nope. 3 plus 3 is a doubles fact. We can do that with the snap of our fingers. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3, 6, 9. The goose drank. The monkey spit on the car line. The line broke. All right. So we have 6. Now it's the 132nd day of school. And today I'm going to do a subtraction equation. 132 is the same as 140, which is 104 tenths. Take away, how many ones do I have to take away to get to 132? Well, I'll just count backwards. 139, 138, 137, 136, 135, 134, 133, 132. How many ones did I have to take away to get to my 132? I had to take away 8 ones. There's my subtraction equation. What a wonderful equation it is. Now, this is your worksheet for today. I'm pretty sure it is. I know it is. So this should be your home connections. You're talking about halves and doubles. And remember, draw a line to show 2 ways to cut a sandwich in half into 2 equal parts and then label the parts. When we're writing a fraction, I see so many students make the mistake of they'll write a fraction like this, like they'll just write the number 12 instead of 1/2, or they always do this. And I understand fractions are tough. Instead of writing 1/2, they actually write the number 1 and then half. But this is actually 1 and a half. If you want to write 1/2, you have to just have your 1 as your numerator and your 2 as your denominator, your bottom number, Do not put a 1 in front of it, okay? So when you label it 1/2, this is how we're writing 1/2. 1 part of 2. All right. And that's our number corner video for today. I hope I didn't go too fast. I hope I didn't make any mistakes. Tune in tomorrow when I test a rectangle for symmetry, and have a wonderful day.